The people in this video have potty mouths due to their limited vocabulary. If you are easily offended by words that rhyme with duck, pit, or punt, you have been warned.
Hey guys, this is Big Words with Andre Habet. I'm here at FUHA grounds today, and we'll be speaking to Vance Lawrence. Vance is a music producer and DJ here in the Houston scene. Let's go meet him up. Hi guys, this is Big Words once again with Andre Habet. Today on the show we have Vance Lawrence. Vance is a music producer and a DJ here in Houston. He just recently opened up for Bass Hunter. How was that?
It was insane, absolutely insane. Around 1,000 people there, totally insane, crazy lighting, absolutely loved it.
How does that feel like when you're in front of a huge crowd like that? I mean, that must be...
It's an absolute rush actually. Get to go out there and shake hands with the crowd, feel them, engage them. It's almost like skydiving except you're grounded. You know what I'm saying? It's like that kind of a rush. So I totally love it. I was
looking at your live stream last night, and you seemed to like I saw a photo of your Bass Hunter performance, like the opening, and then I also saw the live stream, and you had the same sort of energy though. Like, how do you manage that in that different sort of setting? For those of you who don't know, Vance also does a live stream every Monday night from 9 p.m. to 1 a.m.
1 a.m.
where he basically just rocks out electronic music non-stop, and he chats with people, and he gave us a shout out the other night. Thanks a lot for that.
No problem. Absolutely. Well, one thing I love about it is when I'm on stage or when I'm doing the live streams, or if I'm just talking to you, I keep the same personality, and the whole idea is even when you're on stage, just be yourself, and that way you don't have to try as hard. You can just be as goofy as you want to be, and don't be afraid of making a fool of yourself. Just go out there and be you. Just be prepared. Be yourself. Yeah,
that's something I always find too with any sort of art thing. It's like you're always just trying to be yourself, but in pressured situation.
Right.
Like normally when you're under pressure, you want to be like the cool guy.
Right, exactly.
Instead of doing that, you normally just come off as a douchebag if you try to be cool. But instead, like if you just be yourself, like you said, you end up coming off like a lot more confident, I guess.
Right, exactly. And it's just totally fun. I mean, one thing too is when you keep the audience in mind, because at the end of the day, it's the audience's show. It's not your show, it's theirs.
Yeah.
So I mean, you're just, they're your friends. They're not, fans, or it's not, any level higher or lower. You're with them. So at the end of the day, I'm just one of the people in the crowd.
So how long have you been doing this?
Well, in Houston, I've been doing this since 2006, but I've been DJing since 2003, and I first started in South Korea.
Wow.
And so it was 4 years of spinning there, and it was always big crowds, but when I moved back to Houston, I kind of went back into obscurity so I could focus on, college and, working on majors and things like that, but and also focus more on production at that time period. But I'd say maybe in the past year or so, I kind of got back into the live performance realm.
Yeah.
And Bass Hunter was the first time that I had a major crowd, here in Houston on the main stage. But I've done maybe about 3 or 4 other major, performances here in Houston this year.
So how's the change between South Korea and Houston, Texas?
Huge. For one, everybody here knows English. It's a major difference. But I actually really loved the idea of living in a country where where English wasn't the first language, and totally different culture. I'd say Korea is very, very different in the fact that it's a very 24-hour kind of city, whereas here in Houston it's kind of like nighttime things kind of quiet down.
Yeah.
Over there it's almost like New York.
Wow.
It never sleeps. So I mean, the parties there would last until maybe 6, 7, 8 in the morning, 9 in the morning, whereas here, I mean, usually it's 2 a.m. So it's very different. Also, there you walk from place to place. Everything's very pedestrian oriented, whereas here you drive everywhere. Yeah. So I
mean, there's no partying until 6 a.m. and then driving home. I mean, if you're doing that the entire time, yeah, exactly. You will not be in the right state of mind to be doing that. You'll probably end up drunk dialing someone on the way home.
Right.
Yeah.
You might drunk dial a cop.
Yeah,
that's not a good idea.
I would love to just pull in front of Theo's on Westheimer and just pull up in there. And just walk into the UHPD instead and be like, I want some pancakes right now. So, how long have you been doing the electronic music thing? I mean, that's catching on big right now, but listening to your show last night, you seem to be doing it in a way that's not so reliant on these cheesy pop electronic songs, you know what I mean?
Absolutely. That's on purpose. My electronic music is a little bit different in the approach than most others. When I do my live shows every Monday night, I try to make every song at least within 2 weeks old. And I'm always trying to find the next big thing in songs instead of songs that are already popular.
Yeah.
So that way, anytime the audience tunes in, then they're using it to kind of get ideas to what they can play in the future instead of what's already being heard. Because you can go almost anywhere to hear mainstream. And when I do my live sets, like Bass Hunter, for example, I'm actually playing songs I would have played on my show.
Oh, okay, awesome.
So yeah, so a lot of the songs that people heard that night were brand new, and they were hearing it for the very first time. So it's a huge risk, but I love the risk. It's fun.
How do you get into that sort of music? Like, where do you go to find all these great songs and like your own songs? Like, what are your influence, basically, is what I'm asking.
Well, when it comes to finding new music, I have quite a few different places. Number one, if you want to, you can go on places like beatport.com or iTunes. But I love to raid blogs, and I love to raid magazine websites, and find out what the next big things are from there.
Yeah.
And in some cases, I actually know some of the producers, and I'll get the tracks in advance. But it's usually more of the underground producers than the mainstream ones. And that way, it's kind of a good way to like bring their names up there as well. Because the whole name of the game is to help promote them, and in return, then they'll probably help promote you as well with your music.
That's just like, I love the idea of a community in any sort of art, and just the idea that there's like a community behind this thing that doesn't sound like it's made from humans sometimes.
Right.
It's like all these electronic sounds are just like and stuff like that, but it's just nice to know that the people behind it are actually communicating and supporting one another in a way that you often don't associate with that type of music, just because you think it's made by these people who are just like, I guess a lot of people just assume electronic musicians are lazy, I guess, you know what I mean? Like, they just use loops and samples and that's it, they produce it and that's done.
Right. It can be a lot more than that. I mean, especially automation, that's kind of the name of the game when it comes to it. So
what's the worst moment you've had as a DJ? I mean,
oh goodness. There have been quite a few. I'd say the worst moment I've had as a DJ was in South Korea, performing in front of 1,500 people, and the entire DJ system shut off.
Oh, how did the crowd take that?
Actually, at first, I think I heard like 2 boos, followed by people starting to sing the last song that was played.
Oh!
So it turned into like a soccer chant.
Wow!
So that was kind of fun, and that kept going on until they changed out the system. Then we went on from there. So that was fun. I did get booed once.
For what?
I did get booed once. I played. I was doing a hip hop set once, and I played the wrong song. I guess something that like that some of the crowd wasn't into. They started booing, and I played the next song. It ended up being a fight song, so everyone started fighting. So everything worked out perfectly for me.
Wow! And you just stood by and watched it, I guess, for a bit. And damn.
Oh, I egged them on. I was like, hey, that guy's still standing there. So
get him.
Yeah, exactly.
So what's your best moment then?
Wow, I'd say my favorite moment as a DJ, and this is pretty rare, but it is anytime I'm able to do like a major set with like many people there, and one of my 2 sisters are there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I have twin sisters, and anytime either one of them are there for any of my sets, that's the best moment of my life.
Are in the crowd or on the side behind you or something?
Either one. Usually if they're there, they're either on stage or they're like on the side of the stage, like towards the dressing area, like when it's like away from the crowd a little bit. But yeah, we always feed those. They are. I mean, they're always there when I'm working on the tracks, because I'd say 90% of my time musically is in production, whereas the other 10% is like live stream or actual live performances. But most of it is production based, and they're always there for that.
Do you like sort of feed off audience reactions and go back and tweak stuff every once in a while? Or?
All the time. Yes, absolutely.
That's really cool.
Anytime I do a DJ set, I'm always trying to feed the crowd and try to get an idea for if this is going to get them to go, crazy, because you kind of want them to, go wild at sometimes, and other times you want to get them kind of like in a trance.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm always doing eye contact. I'm always making sure, okay, is this going to get them going crazy? Is this going to get them in the trance? I'm always trying to keep them on a journey instead of, being sporadic.
Okay.
So.